Welcome back to another episode of Perfect Product, the only YouTube channel that gives you transparent reviews on crap that you don't really need but you think you do, so you go out on the internet to see if it's any good, and then you find out that every YouTuber lies to you about how the quality is so they can get a little bit of affiliate money on the side, only for you to get the product and realize that it's crap. But we don't do that here. Today we're talking about the Narwhal S30 Pro. Now the Narwhal S30 aims to fix a few issues that plague the vac mop category in general, and it further aims to rectify some of the annoyances that plagued the Narwhal S20 Pro, including a finicky waste bin, odors in the waste bin, cleaning power, and sanitization. Now cleaning power on this thing is akin to like most of these things on the market. If you compare like the Shark Hydro Vac, the Narwhal S20, Mach V1 Ultra, which they don't make anymore, the Tinicos, all of those, they all have relatively the same cleaning power. All is to say that they don't scrub all that well, but they are good for like emergency messes or like light vacuum cleaning type stuff. They do a good job like mopping hardwood and tile floors, but don't expect them to get any kind of like sticky or coated on stuff. They simply do not have the scrubbing power like they lead on to believe. So for example, in an advertisement from the S30 Pro, they say that it has like the scrubbing power of like 1,000,000 Latin maids. But at the end of the day, it cleans like a broke white mom that's expecting child support payments from a deadbeat dad who's in prison. Anyway, they claim it tackles everything from muddy footprints to spilled cereal, vacuuming and mopping and doing it all at once. They claim that it has a 20,000 kPa suction power, which again is like enough to launch astronauts into the moon. Now I'm not vacuumor, so I don't have a way to reliably test the suction power. It's decent, but ultimately I wouldn't get sucked into all of the marketing kind of mumbo jumbo that these things talk about. Where the S30 Pro does shine, however, is its waste bin. It is vastly superior to the S20 and is probably the best one around. It's easy to take off, it's easy to dump out, and it has a removable solid guard, but notably also has the ability to put on the odor reducer and a waste bag onto it. These are both ways for a Narwhal to make recurring income, and as a whole I think they're good innovations, but they're kind of environmentally wasteful, and they don't really work all that well. I found that the little scent pack, and here's an example of what that thing looks like. It basically just kind of clips onto clips into the waste bin. I found that this little scented waste pack makes the waste bin smell even worse. It really does. Like I don't know, like, imagine if somebody vomited out a Febreze bottle and that is like the smell that you have from this thing. It reeks, it makes it so much worse. And also the little waste bin bags, as cool as it sounds on paper, you are inevitably going to make a bigger mess trying to sort of finagle and fish that thing out of there. No, ultimately your best bet on these things is to just take out the solid guard thing from it and just pour that crap right down the garbage disposal or a toilet. You know, assuming you're not sucking up like, you know, plastic and really environmentally unhealthy things. Build quality on the Narwhal is okay. The materials are kind of a cheapish plastic, but they're put together well and they can take a little bit of abuse. It's kind of like a Dyson vacuum. I do wish that they designed the stand-up mechanism to be just like a little bit better and a little less finicky. It's kind of like when you put it in the stand-up mode and you don't quite know where it is. But I think that they do that in order to make the pivoting feature, which I'll get into a little bit more later, to make the pivoting feature a little bit easier. See, like on some Shark vacuums, the stand-up mechanism is so strong that sometimes when you're like pivoting underneath a chair, it'll actually kind of clip the head into place. And I think that's what Narwhal was trying to avoid. Long-term reliability on the Narwhal series in general is a little bit questionable. It's not quite a fly-by-night Chinese company, but it is a new company in this product category, and ultimately there's not a whole lot of long-term testing on this stuff, and for that matter, warranty support is anybody's best guess. I had some issues with the S20 that admittedly I was able to resolve, but I had some issues with the S20 in less than a year, and that really doesn't stand up to the test of time in terms of longevity. Some features that Narwhal advertises are the built-in scissors to slice and dice all of the hair that gets tangled in the roller for zero hair. Now they claim that this thing is SGS and TUV certified hair detangleization, which to me is insane that that's even like a certification, if it even really is. But ultimately I can tell you that if you open up the little head and you try to look at the roller, there is no hair tangled in it. So as far as I can tell, that particular feature does work pretty well. Much like every vac mop on the market, it has a self-cleaning option, so once you return it to its little base, you press a button and it starts going through a rigmarole. Now I really do appreciate what Narwhal does here, and I'm hoping that they're truthful about it. So they claim that not only does it go through its sort of like rinse cycles where they detect the dirtiness and try to like rinse it, which by the way does actually go through a lot of water when it cleans itself, so I think that that's a promising thing. But they also try to dry the roller to prevent future odors on it, and I will say that that also works very well. The roller does in fact become pretty dry and ultimately does not reek, unlike the Tinicos. They call it a sort of like iron-on dry thing or something like that, and they claim that it gets to about 194 degrees in order to kill germs and bacteria and a bunch of other stuff. Now they claimed that the S20 got to 149 degrees, by the way, so it's a little bit, again, it's not that I don't trust them, but I just don't trust them. I'm gonna temperature test to see if it actually gets to 194, but ultimately I can tell you again that without question, the brush roller does not smell. They advertise the S30 Pro to lie flat and do like 180-degree turns, and in that regard, I can say it does work pretty well. Navigating around with the unit is really quite simple. It's almost like a Dyson ball vacuum. It's very nimble, feels lightweight, can get under kind of cracks and crevices and things. I really do like that, and that part is engineered the way they say it is. What are some features missing from the Narwhal S30 Pro compared to its competition? Well, it doesn't have any steam features, which some people really like, and I do like the steam. For example, the steam shark mop, I think, is a really, really nice product category. Sometimes you have in like some of the Tinico products like the S7, the S9 Pros, they have built-in steam features. Mach V1 also had steaming capabilities. Some of these vac mops also have built-in oxygenators, O2 generators built into them. And basically what that means is that the water gets electrolyzed, and that makes it sort of like naturally antimicrobial, and that's pretty nice. This one does not do that either. It does have a little like spot where you can fill in detergent, and then it sort of helps kind of clean and make things smell good that way, but ultimately doesn't have any sort of built-in antibacterial capabilities. Considering the price at $549, I would say that this isn't a cheap product, but it is a very, very good product. I think that to date, this is actually my favorite vac mop that they've made. Now, I've used the Mach V1 Ultra for a number of years, and I did really like it. It was good, and it had the built-in steam features and the oxygenator, but it was a little bit heavy, cumbersome, and ultimately just wasn't, I don't know, there's something about the Narwhal that just does seem a little bit better put together. It also has better edge cleaning capabilities than most of the other units out there. And if you watch this channel, you know that I absolutely hate Tinico and despise almost everything they do. I'm gonna get my hands on an S9 here pretty soon, but I have reviewed every single Tinico product up to the S7 Pro, and none of them are any good. So for the final question, do I recommend this product? I absolutely do. 550 bucks is a lot of money, but you can sometimes find these things on sale, and if you do, it's a great buy. Not only is it a good way to keep your house, if you have hardwood and tile, a good way to kind of keep your house kind of like cleaned and shiny and just overall nice, it does in fact work pretty well. The only people I would dissuade from buying this particular product is probably somebody that just has mostly carpet in their house. Obviously, it's just not going to be a like vacuum replacement. Anyway, we hope this video was helpful. Thank you so much for watching, and we will be back with another video really soon.